Hey y'all, I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back. Anyway, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here on my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. Yes, I am late, but I am here with College Hill Celebrity Edition, season 3, episode 6. I think it's titled Them Grades Had the Whole House Shook, which they did, and we're going to get into that. Before we do, though, please do not hesitate, y'all, to hit that subscribe button for your girl. The subscribers are a little, a little plateau and a little stagnant. So let's get it back popping over here. Also, hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Share the video where you like to share your videos, and comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought of this episode. I know we got a new episode Thursday tomorrow, so we got to get to it. We behind, okay? We got a lot of work to do. I know I got a few videos to catch up on. I did not forget about y'all. It's summertime, as my girl Shayna said. Shayna McD, shout out to her. We YouTubers, we just need a little break. It's summertime. We outside, okay? But I'm trying to get back into it. And then y'all school start, and I'm like, why that summer break evaporated? It's gone. Okay, I had to go back to work yesterday because teachers, we go back like a week early, depending on your district, to do meetings and conferences. It's pointless. Okay, so I am not happy to do all that this week. Then the kids come back next week. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Anyway, let's talk about College Hill Celebrity Edition. BET Plus. If you don't have the BET Plus, I watched it for you. Okay, I'm paying my money, so you don't have to pay yours. All right. All right. Let's get to the review. Okay, so basically the episode picked up where they left off, where they were meeting with the senator. Gosh, I forgot his name. Anyway, the senator. They had to present their bill to the senator. Carlos over there playing, talking about senator. Let me have my time. Let me have my time, like they do on TV. It was funny though. So they did the BBL Act, I think is what it's called, Building Better Lives or something like that. And they're going to tax different things like tobacco, alcohol, and all that. Big business companies, luxuries, things like that. And take that money and use it to help the homeless. I'm assuming they're going to be building infrastructures and things like that. Tamar had a a performance or previous obligation to do. She was not there, so Angela did have to read her part. Saucy showed up. He was there. They presented the bill. They did a very good job. They articulated themselves very well. Sounded good to me. The senator liked it. He appreciated the work that they put into it. He said he would give them an A if he had the power. The professor, he said, they did good and they're going to be getting their final grades pretty soon, or midterm grades. So anyway, moving on, everybody in the house, and they're talking about, they got to get these grades in. So everybody like kind of sat and met up. Tamar's back, and everybody's talking about the grades, and everybody thinks, they did good, but they like Saucy probably didn't do good. Nick talking about Saucy not doing good. He's like, oh, like you coming for me. So anyway, then the next day, everybody's kind of worried. Angela feel like she only gonna get A's and B's. That's it. She said Carlos was like, oh, if you don't get an A or B, you gonna run up on the teacher. She's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be like, on them. And it's like, girl, yeah, you are. So long story short, they go to the school. So this time in College Hill Celebrity Edition, they are getting presented with their grades in front of the professors, because we know in the last 2 seasons they were in the house and they would like show everybody's grades on the screen or something like that. This year they go in a room individually and meet with all the professors, and the professors give them feedback and they give them their grades. I actually like the way they did it this time versus the last 2 times, because they got feedback. They were able to say, hey, can I make this up? They're able to know what they need to improve on. So I think this way is way better. And they're building more of a connection with the faculty and the professors, right? And they can show more concern for their grade when they have this kind of communication and opportunity, right? So they go to the campus. They're going to meet with everybody individually. All the professors are there, including the advisor, right? Now, I do not remember every professor's name. I'm sorry, y'all. That's too much. Anyway, first up is Tamar. I believe she ended up with like a 3.25 GPA. She did really well. She was happy with her grades. Claudia did pretty good. She was came right under Tamar with 3 point something GPA. The professors took note on how she had some leadership going on, and she was helping out her classmates. Carlos did really well. He did excellent in the history of Mardi Gras class. The teacher was really impressed with him in there, and I believe he got an A in that class. He got a couple A's. His GPA ended up being 3.5, and he actually got the highest GPA, which I was like, dang, Carlos got the highest GPA, and he's like, see, I told y'all, I know I'd be talking about. And he talked about he didn't know he had this much potential. And when he said his mind stuff, he might go to medical school. Like, Carlos, be quiet. Be quiet. But Carlos is smart, okay? He just talked too much. Anyway, then I believe it was Nick at some point. Nick didn't do as well as I thought Nick would do. I think he got like a 1.25, 1.75. I guess his quizzes or homework in the philosophy class were not on point, as well as with the Mardi Gras class. Remember he couldn't figure out to do PowerPoint or put the pictures in the PowerPoint. So she said, that's not fully turning it in. So she did tell him like he could make it up and still get it in and bring that grade up. So he was pretty disappointed. Yeah, I was shocked that he didn't do better than that. Saucy came in. We already knew. I'm surprised Saucy got to still be there. So Saucy got a B in the political science class. He's like, oh yeah, you guys, you knocked the bill out the park. I'm like, he didn't do nothing for that bill. Saucy lucky the team carried him in that class because he didn't do nothing for that bill, right? Also, then the philosophy class, I think he's missing some assignments. I don't know what he got in that. Then the media class, the lady was like, you haven't did this, you haven't did that. And then he started chuckling. She's like, I don't find this a laughing matter. Like, you are representing the campus and your platform and people look up to you and the kids are disappointed. Like, basically what she was saying before, like, you're making the school and the students feel bad by your behavior, right? And so Saucy didn't like, what she said about him, but it's true. And then I'm tired of Saucy talking about, oh yeah, she was coming for me or she was talking bad about me. No, they're doing their job. They're supposed to give you feedback. So anyway, he ended up getting like a D in that class. I think he's happy with his D. He said it's passing at Xavier, so he happy. And then the history of Mardi Gras class, she didn't have nothing for him because he didn't come to class. He said, he not surprised he got an F. He's surprised he didn't get a G. I think he got like a 0.7 GPA or something like under Nick's GPA. Anyways, Angela was last. And so I'm sure they saved this for last for the drama of it all. So Angela actually did good. She got like a 2.75, 2.5, but she got a C in one of the classes. And then the philosophy teacher said she got like a B or a C or something like that. And she didn't like that because I thought he said if we went to debate, it's automatic A. I think he meant for the final, you get A. But then they got to add up everything else you do, Angela. So Angela was pissed about her grade, not happy at all. She reading the folder. She's like, can I be excused? I need to go. So she stormed out. They was like, girl, what's happening? And she's mad. She felt like she got the worst grade. She stormed out. Tamar trying to come there. She's like, sister, come back. I don't know why that part was funny to me. And trying to watch Tamar calm people down is funny because Tamar's usually used to be the exploded one. So it's just funny that she has to calm down somebody else now. I don't know why that's funny to me. Anyway, Angela Blac Chyna child, she was not. Blac Chyna was coming out. Okay, we're gonna say Blac Chyna was coming through. Angela, she was coming through. So she was mad. She stormed off. They like, let's give her some time, a minute. Now, mind you, everybody was listening at the door to everybody's grades, right? And so she felt like she got the worst, and everybody else. And Claudia and Carlos are like, she don't know what we got. So she stormed off. I think she ended up walking home or getting in the van by herself. They were like, let's just let her cool off. She got to the house. She's still mad. She going off. They get to the house. Nick is upset because he feels like, dang, I got the same grade. Dang, there's Santana. And he didn't do nothing to come to class. He's like, I could have just did nothing. He's like, I could have just hung out with Santana and been bros. So I wonder why that was funny to me. I just like how Nick and Saucy's like brother relationship is so funny, and how Nick has like taken Saucy under his wings. This is so funny to me. I love it. So Nick is like, man, I'm gonna just do nothing. I'm not gonna give an F. Da da da. Carlos is like, no, you're not gonna have that mentality. Like, come on, dude. Um, Carlos said that Nick probably suffered a lot of head injuries as an athlete. The athlete good like that, he probably didn't get good grades. Nick said he wanted people to like talk loud. He got short man mentality and all that. So they were ragging on each other in the confessionals. But Nick is disappointed about his grade, and he feel like, dang, like they don't want him to win. He just feel bad. Now Angela, she's still going off. She is still going off. And Saucy and Carlos is talking about it. And Saucy's like, I'm cool with my grade. Carlos is good with his grade because he got the highest grade. And so Carlos is like, we gotta change our attitude in this house. Everybody's going off. Angela, you could see her in there, you just yelling and really going off, right? She did not want to be bothered. She said that she held herself to a high standard. And she felt like she put in so much work that she should have been getting an A and B. And so that doing less than that to her is what I guess triggered her and bothered her. And I get it, especially if you feel like you put in your all in and the teachers are not giving you the grades you feel like you should get. And I remember I feel like I experienced that at some point in undergrad and then as well as grad school the first time, right? So anyway, Angela is pissed. She acted like she wanted to lead the show. I almost thought she was going to lead the show. So um Saucy's like, I don't know. They want me to do good at school, but I don't know if I'm gonna stay or I'm gonna do good because look how they acted. And so, like, how they gonna tell me when they acting like this, right? So everybody's like down and out. They down and out about them grades, y'all. They down and out, okay? Everybody's kind of sitting around talking about the grades. They feel like they've been hard on themselves, but they could do more. And Big Frida came. So shout out to Big Frida. We know Big Frida was on season 1, and Big Frida was the valedictorian of her class. And I forgot that she made valedictorian. Oh Lord, I'm messing that word. Valedictorian. I know I missed the word up. Anyway, so she got highest honors. And so she was just telling them, like, they got to work as a team. She's like, I got to pull up on y'all in New Orleans. Everybody respects Big Frida and likes Big Frida. So she said, they had to read that law book. It was really thick. She was the only one that read it. They show flashbacks of Ray J fooling around. Y'all remember that. And she said they had to do the whole courtroom thing, and she was the lawyer presenting the case. I remember that. So she was saying how much work they had to do, and Claudia was like, dang, we didn't really do that much work. And she said she got mad when she got a B. Angela was like, that was me. Angela's grades were not bad. I wish she would not have gotten that mad about it, but I understand too. But the girl wasn't that deep. I was like, girl, what if you would have got an F? You would have been knocking over a cameraman. So Claudia was like, yeah, we could be putting in more. He also said, make sure you reach out to your professors, call them, email them, text them. They're there to help you. They will keep you on track. And Tamar's like, oh, you can, we can contact them. I'm like, girl, yes. Like, that's the number one thing I tell people. Like, if you are not sure or you are like, you slacking, you lagging behind, you missing some assignments, it don't hurt to email that teacher. You confused because the teachers want to see that you care. Like, yeah, of course, like Santana said, at the end of the day, they're not caring about your personality and all that. They care about them grades, but they also want to see that you care about your grades. And if you are showing them like effort and that you care, you want to do anything to bring your grade up, or you're falling behind in this area, or you might need some extra time for an assignment, like just email them. I'm telling you, just email them. You never know, and that's the main thing. Just email them. That just don't hurt just to email them, right? Go to office hours. That could, because they're gonna be like, dang, this person is really in the subject. They really care. I'm telling you, go to office hours and be in contact with your professor. Those are key things. Okay. So, Big Frida gave them that advice, told them, they gotta stick together as a team as well. So they feel like, okay, we could be doing more, like we hard on ourselves as well. So at some point, I believe we saw Angela, she was running, and then she went to Bible study because she said she needed to figure out like, why she got so angry and let the anger go. And so I was like, oh, thank God for the Bible study, child. I need to go too. So she went to Bible study, and Bible study seemed to really help her clear her mind, get through it. We also see Nick and Carlos go to the basketball practice, and Nick was telling them, be consistent, keep a routine. He's saying let basketball be your sanctuary. Like he said, when he's going through stuff, he had the basketball court, everything. He took it out on the basketball court. He was just giving them advice. And he said, he wants to be a coach one day. His son is getting up there to play on a team as well. And so, he said he doesn't want to be on the sideline. He gonna get back in and he gonna turn them assignments in. Him and Claudia were talking at one point in the house, and he was saying something about her, doing good and trying to get the, top grades and being a leader. And she's like, oh, well, where does that get me? He's like, you're doing good. And so he said, I know you're trying to be valedictorian. And then she's like, yeah. She asked him, like, what about you? And so then he was like, yeah, he's still working on it too. He done snuck them assignments in and got it done. So, he's not out the game yet. And I know Nick's not going to give up. I like Nick on here. I'm not mad at him on here. He got a goofy, but in a good way. At some point we seen Tamar talk to Saucy, because Tamar's like, everybody's getting back on track for school. They reloaded, refreshed, except for one person. She's like, Saucy, like, why you don't like school like that? He's like, I do like school. And then she's like, but you ain't never there. Like, so then he's like, no, I only missed one day. She's like, no, you missed like 3, 4, 5 days. Now you missed more than one day, Saucy. I can call 2 times you missed. You missed when that baby was missing. You missed another time. I can't remember. Anyway, you was late. Oh yeah, because you missed the day, that late day you came late. You wanted to come in your own moo, but you put on the green outfit. You missed the philosophy class, the debate. So no, you missed more than one. And with this kind of program, you can't afford to miss no days because it is accelerated, right? I think they said they only got a week to go after this episode. So now I'm not sure how many more episodes we got. Probably 3. This is 6, probably 2. I don't know if they do 8 episodes or 10. Y'all have to remind me in the comments. Anywho, so Saucy said he don't like the field trips. He like class, but he don't like the field trips. She was like, Tamar's like, the field trips were important to the class. And I'm like, how you not like field trips over class? Like, field trips are way better than class, in my opinion, because you get to be out of class, you get to experience something. How you not like field trips? I don't get it. But anyway, to each his own, Saucy. So she's like, come on, like, I don't want to be up here by myself in this room. I need you to do better. Saucy said he gonna try, but he don't know. Part of him want to go to the club. Part of him want to just show them that he could do better. He don't know. But he did say at some point in the episode that the teachers know he's not dumb. He's got a lot of potential. He got to put in the work, right? Because they said, you can still turn it around, but you got to want to do it, Saucy. You got to want to do it, okay? So, Claudia saying it's too much work because she's going to join all these clubs, media club and all that, but it's just too much work to be doing all that. And another point in the episode, we saw Carlos packing up some stuff. He had some clear containers, and he was packing up some stuff for the homeless shelter. That was the Covenant house that they had went to, and he asked Angela to help him, and he said he just packing a few necessities. And he said after visiting, it really changed his mind and his outlook, and so he felt like that was the least he could do. I wonder if the whole house gave anything or not, or if they contributed to those boxes. But him and Angela took the boxes over there, and they met the girl. They saw the girl who was pregnant. She had the baby, and she said that was her Mardi Gras baby. And Carlos was like, oh, this is the first College Hill baby. So that was cool to see Carlos really make a full circle turn, and then he wants to give back. I think going to the house put it into perspective for him. I cannot talk. Especially he said seeing how young the people were and seeing how homelessness can affect everybody, and it really can, right? It really can, especially with this economy today. Child, we all are a check away. I ain't gonna say all, but most of us are a check away from being homeless, child. Anywho, so that was cool to see that. I think towards the end of the episode, they started their new class because now they're in midterm. I mean, they're like halfway through. So they started a new class. It was like a music class. music and culture type of class. I forgot the teacher's name, but Saucy really liked the class. They're going to be visiting Congo Square. I think that's like their final or something like that. Going to be learning about, African music, history of different music cultures, things like that. Sounds like an interesting class. I would love to take that class. I remember in undergrad I did take hip hop in the US or some kind of class like that, a hip hop class. That was cool too. And I took a film and African American film and television class. That was really good because I minored in African American studies. But anywho, so in the class they're talking about music. They had to talk about like music they would hear growing up, and Saucy was really passionate talking about it. And so everybody's like, okay, we can see a new Saucy. He likes to dance. He likes to sing. Like, this is right up his alley. Carlos said, if you give a student a subject they are passionate about, of course they're going to thrive in it more. So it was really good to see Saucy really like get into the class like that. I really enjoyed that. And that was pretty much the end of the episode, was that class. And so hopefully Saucy turns it around. I don't know, with the previews, he didn't want to go to that meeting. Y'all let me know if you think Saucy gonna graduate or he gonna have to do 2 years like Ray J. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Again, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to y'all again very soon. Bye. Hmm. Okay, y'all, the recording is not ending for some reason. So if you still don't hear that we